What's up, it's Cinnamon Shogun here, and today has been a really rainy and stormy day where I live. So after I woke up this morning, I made a few videos for you all, and I figured that I would take the rest of the day off to enjoy the rain. I really love rainy weather, and to watch some horror movies, maybe read a graphic novel, or something to fit the mood. But first, I figured, hey, I'll pull out my phone, get on Instagram, message back a few of my loving, awesome subscribers. But when I pulled out my phone and I got on Instagram, I immediately got smacked in the face by a picture of Britney Spears' butthole. And I'm just sitting here like, whoa, I haven't even got my day started. It's a little too early for this, and Britney Spears is already posting nudes. But before I could even recover, there was another nude, and then another nude, and then another nude. And before I knew it, my Instagram account, my Instagram timeline was just bombarded by nude picture after nude picture after nude picture after nude picture. I'm not exaggerating here. Within the span of an hour or two, Britney Spears literally posted like 11 or 12 nudes of herself, like 11 or 12 pictures in one video. Just in case the nude pictures weren't enough, she had to post a nude video just to top it all off. And I said it on Twitter, and I'll say it here again on YouTube. For all of you out there who have been encouraging and enabling this behavior, for every single one of you out there who claims to see nothing wrong with Britney's behavior over the past couple of months, please go to her Instagram account right now and explain to me how this is normal behavior. None of you can. The fact is, I have tons of people angry at me, sending me death threats and hateful messages on Twitter, on Instagram. Sometimes you can find them in the comment section of my videos, but none of them can provide a valid reason as to why they believe this is normal. Nobody can. Nobody can explain it. The only argument I see, and I see it all the time, is, oh, stop shaming Britney. She loves her body. What's wrong with a woman showing off her body? This is body positivity. This is women empowerment. This is empowering. When Britney Spears posts nudes looking like a sex trafficking victim, it's empowering to all women. You want to know what all of these accounts have in common? Everyone that says something like that under one of Britney Spears' posts, you want to know what all of these people have in common? Not a single damn one of them has a post looking like Britney Spears looks in her pictures on their Instagram account. Not a single one of them has a photo of them running around naked holding their dog, rolling around with their tits out on their Instagram profile, yet they think it's empowering when Britney does it. Oh yes, please. Yes, these nudes are awesome. Yes, queen. This is empowering. And then they'll attack you if you point out the red flags. If you show concern for her mental health. They'll attack you, say you're a misogynist or whatever fucking name they want to throw at you under the book. And then they'll encourage this behavior. But when you go, and best believe, every time I see someone post something like that on one of her posts, I go right to their profile. You want to know what I see? I see a couple of pictures of their badass kids running around a sprinkler in their front yard. I see a picture of the stale, soggy Little Caesars pizza they ate 2 weeks ago. I see some memes, maybe a picture of their dead uncle. I never see pictures of them rolling around with their tits out. Why is that? It's because they encourage this behavior, but they don't demonstrate this behavior because they know it's wrong. Why would you encourage someone else to do something that you yourself don't feel comfortable doing? Also, a lot of these people who are encouraging this, they don't even have the confidence to show their own face on their profiles. Their Instagram profile, their Twitter profile. It'll literally be pictures of Britney or pictures of a cartoon character. Yet they say it's empowering when Britney posts nudes, yet they won't even empower themselves to post pictures of their own fucking face because they have no confidence in themselves. You may look at Britney posting these nudes and think it's a sign of confidence. It's not a sign of confidence. In fact, it's the exact opposite. That's why people with low self-esteem are encouraging this behavior. You want to know why they encourage this behavior so much? I'll tell you why. Because they are messed up themselves. A lot of Britney's fans, a lot of them are mentally ill. A lot of them have their own issues. So when they look at Britney and they realize she's a hot mess, it makes them feel better about themselves because at least They have their lives together more than Britney Spears does, which is crazy, right? One of the biggest stars of our lifetime, one of the most popular pop stars of our lifetime, one of the most iconic people you can think of. Everyone knows Britney Spears, yet she doesn't have her life together. So now I feel better about myself for not having my life together. So I'm going to, yes, Queen, encourage this behavior, because as long as Britney's looking bad, it makes me feel better about myself. That's the mentality of these people. Make no mistake about it. They are encouraging her downfall because it makes them look better. They feel like if Britney's on this level, and if Britney's doing this bad, then maybe how I'm doing isn't that bad. You understand what I'm saying here, folks? They want her at this level. They don't want to see Britney do better, because if Britney does better, then they're going to start feeling bad about themselves. They want someone there, like an icon, a legend, to enable their behavior as well. So when they're doing shitty things with their lives, when they're doing nothing, when they're spinning around in circles, when they're doing whatever the hell they're doing, they feel better about it because Britney's doing it too. That's the reality, folks. A lot of these fans don't want to see Britney succeed. They don't want to see her get better mentally and health-wise. No. They want her stuck on this level so they feel better about themselves. But let's go ahead and hop right into these posts, because man, oh man, do they look cringy, they look grungy, they look gross, they look stank. I don't even know how to explain this. I've said it time and time again. Other people post nudes. I get it. I'm not here because, oh, look, it's Britney Spears' body. That's not the point. And if you think that's the point, then I don't know what to tell you. Obviously, you're not mentally capable of grasping the reality of what's going on here. You're not even ready for a conversation that's deeper than surface level. If you think this is all just about the fact that she's nude, then I don't know what to tell you. You're not mentally capable of having a conversation like this. Maybe you should go sit down, read some books, and come back once you mature a little bit. But it doesn't surprise me that a lot of Britney's fans are irrational, because this is who they look up to. When your idol is this chaotic and crazy, then what do you expect the fans to be like? But looking at these photos, they look like they're taken in a cheap motel. This looks like it was taken in a freaking Motel 6 Best Western something. And I'm not saying, if you stayed in a Hotel 6 or Motel 6 is bad. That's not what I'm saying, but this is Britney Spears. Sam is posting pictures from their new house and a nice looking gym and all types of stuff. Britney Spears appears to be in a Motel 6 hotel room taking nudes of herself. Right here we see a picture of her with her mouth open wide, those pearly whites showing. But wait, 1 second. This isn't even hard to point out, folks. There's no gap in Britney's teeth. What is going on here? I've been looking into the situation for a little while now. I can tell you all, I try not to mention it. I've tried not to mention it in so many videos because it's downright like, you just sound like a crazy conspiracy theorist when you point it out. But in some photos, Britney Spears has a whole gap. And in other photos, she doesn't. And they fluctuate. Like, oh, here's Britney at her wedding. There's a gap in her mouth. Here's Britney Spears in her honeymoon. There's no gap in her mouth. Here's Britney Spears after her honeymoon. There's a gap in her mouth again. It's weird. Like, this gap is sometimes there and it's not, and sometimes it's not there. In these photos, she has no gap. Please, if you think I'm playing, go Google search it right now. Britney Spears has a gap in her teeth. I understand you can get retainers. You can get, work done on your teeth and that will change. But what I'm saying here is it's fluctuating way too quickly. So it lets you know a lot of these photos are old or some of these photos are new, that you never really know when these photos are from. Or, some people speculate that sometimes Britney has a body double. I'm not trying to go down that rabbit hole with you all. I'm just letting you all know there are theories out there that Britney has been replaced, or that there's various people playing Britney. I'm just putting that out there. That's what some people believe. What I can tell you for a fact is that this gap, it's ever changing. It fluctuates so much. And it's really starting to stand out to me because it's getting kind of freaky. I don't know what's going on there. But yeah, we see pictures of her laying in her bed. Got the smeared mascara on her face again. And this photo, it almost looks like she has a black eye in one of her eyes. It looks like one of her eyes, I believe the left eye, is blackened. But then again, she always has this old mascara caked on her face, so you can't ever really tell. But she doesn't look happy. She looks sad. She looks dead behind the eyes, which is always the main giveaway. In fact, she looks like she almost just got done crying. And I don't know if it's the mascara that gives you that impression or not, but it really brings out the deadness in her eyes to me. And yeah, one eye is definitely way more discolored than the other. But I can't get over the fact that this just looks like a cheap motel room. But she told her fans that she is in London. Waking up in London with my Kabu thong. There's only one problem, ladies and gentlemen. Britney Spears isn't in London. Britney Spears fans saw this and they went wild. Oh my God, the Queen is in London. Sorry. Oh my God, the Queen is in London. Oh, this is so epic. The Queen in her rightful place. Yes, Queen, yes. Yes. No, Britney's not in London. Britney Spears is in the same living room, twirling around in circles, sharing old photos. I can tell you for a 100% fact that this background I have seen before. Those curtains I have seen before. I believe it was sometime last month. Oh, I can't get my dates exact. It was around the end of June that I saw a room and yeah, it was not only the room, but it was the curtains. They looked exactly the same. So no, Britney Spears is not in London. She's just saying that. And honestly, folks, Britney Spears often mentions things about London and tea time in England. And I have a theory about that. And I need to sit down and make that video. I know I've been promising you all for a while about the subliminal messages on her Instagram account. But every time I go look and I prepare for the video, it's like half of the posts are taken down again. So I need to start screenshotting everything I see. But I think I have enough to put together a little video just pointing out some of the obvious occult symbology that's on her post. But I have a real theory about when she mentions tea time in London and whatnot. But Britney Spears is not in London whatsoever. No, she is nude in what looks like a Motel 6, twirling around. And another thing that I always want to point out. People always try to compare it to like Kim Kardashian or Kylie Jenner or whoever else is famous at the time. Well, don't they post nudes? They don't look like this when they do. Most of their nudes look more tasteful, if you will, maybe a little more professional. This gives me like straight up like call girl vibes. Like you're an escort or something. Like these are pictures you would see on Backpage or Craigslist. It's, you know, and like they look downright raunchy. Like honestly, this doesn't hardly even look like nudes you would send to someone. Most of the nudes that I've received in my life looked a little more classy than this. This just screams nasty, dirty. Her hair looks like it hasn't been washed. The mascara all over the place. She's in a cheap hotel room, even though she's Britney freaking Spears. It just screams gross to me. And I don't mean that to insult her, but it's just like, it doesn't feel like, oh, a woman's going to be like, oh, I feel really pretty right now and I want to post these photos. These photos don't give me that vibe. Like, I enjoy the female body more than most of you all. Most of you all are women. Let's be honest here. I enjoy the female body than most of you all. But at the same time, I could see beauty in certain things, but I don't see beauty in this. I see a woman screaming for help. For help. That's what's going on here. And if you know anything about mental health, I'm not a mental health expert. I'm not a psychiatrist. But I've seen time and time again women who break down and have these emotional and mental issues. A lot of times they do stuff like this. It's really a cry out for help and attention. And it's something that I can't even necessarily put into words how to explain it, but if you know, you know. You understand? If you look into enough situations like this, then you know. It might sound crazy to you that, hey, well, a lot of times when people, they start going through these mental issues, they start posting nudes a lot and twirling around in circles. That might sound foreign and weird to some people, but it's the reality. This is nothing more than a cry for help. It makes me feel like it's almost like a little girl trying to get back at her dad. I mean, just saying, it really feels weird. All of it feels like a escort, like, I don't know. I wish I could find the words to really explain exactly how I feel when I look at these photos, but I don't see, the best way I could put it is I don't see anything sexy about them. Like, I don't look at these photos and be like, oh, nice. I look at these photos and get sad. And that's not a normal reaction for me. Usually I would look at photos like this and be, oh, okay, nice. But instead, I literally almost want to cry when I look at these photos. Because I know that either this is her crying out for help on her own, or maybe she's being sabotaged. We have to bring up the fact that this woman is supposed to be going to, like, what? Doesn't she have some court dates in, like, next month? Isn't there still stuff going on within the court system behind her conservatorship? This isn't a good look. Anyone in their right mind would know after you get out of a conservatorship, or honestly, while you're still battling to really get out of it, you shouldn't be posting photos like this. This type of activity is what landed her in the conservatorship to begin with. Let's be honest. This isn't a good look. And there's no way, shape, or form you could try to shape it into a way that it makes it look as if this is a positive thing, because it's not. There's nothing positive about this. And no, never in my 31 years on this earth have I seen anyone, famous or not, post this many nudes in that little of a time span. She literally had like an episode this morning and just freaked out and posted all of these nudes. Or someone in control of her profile was like, hey, we know Britney's got some court dates coming up pretty soon. Time to make her look crazy again. Bam, here's 12 nudes from Britney that are old. She doesn't even have a gap in her mouth, no wedding ring. We'll claim she's in London even though she's not. This woman's not in London, that's a fact. It's so weird, man. It is so weird, and sometimes I feel like I'm preaching to the choir because a lot of people overlook this. But at the same time, I am noticing people coming around and finally realizing something's going on here. Hopefully this will bring more people to our side and people will start questioning things, because how long will this continue? What has Britney done to show you all that she's free? I joked about it before. I'll say it again. The Free Britney movement was nothing more than the Free Britney's Tits movement. We don't have a song. We haven't seen a performance. We haven't seen her hug her kids. We haven't heard her say a freaking paragraph to her fans. Nothing. All we've seen are these weird, awkward nudes. And I have to keep pointing out how awkward they are. They all feel like they give me straight up trafficking vibes. These don't give me like sexy nudes that I took to show off to the world or to my significant other vibes. Like, I've never gotten nudes. I've never received nudes from anyone that looked like this. And if I did, I would be like, hey, do you need help? Do you need me to call 911? If a girl sent me nudes looking like this, I would ask her, are you safe right now? Are you okay? Should I call the FBI? Because obviously it looks like you are being smuggled around by the Mexican cartel. It looks like you are being thrown in a trunk and then you're taken out and they throw you on a hotel bed, take a couple of nudes of you, and then throw you back in the trunk. You got the mascara that's been under your eyes for about 14, 15 days. Your hair hasn't been washed in weeks. Oh, man. I'm sorry, man. This just gives me the heebie-jeebies. It really does. But like I said, Gap is just non-existent. And then there is one thing that I do have to point out that someone actually pointed out to me. And it was odd. I'm pretty sure it doesn't mean anything. But On the video, the nude video she posted, the caption says, "When's Halloween?" And that was similar to something Brian Laundrie posted when Gabby Petito went missing. So that was like, a really weird connection there. But what sticks out to me as well is she's asking when's Halloween. Now, I've posted a caption like this before. Maybe I'll have a picture of me with some horror merchandise, like, oh, I just got a new Michael Myers action figure. When's Halloween? You get it? Or, oh, here's me watching a horror movie. When's Halloween? Here's me next to a pumpkin. When's Halloween? But this is just pictures of her naked in bed, and she's like, when's Halloween? What? The caption doesn't even match with what's in the post. So it's literally kind of crazy. Like, when's Halloween? Why does that matter? What does you posting 12 nudes have to do with Halloween? It's almost as if this woman's just loopily saying random things that comes to her mind. Oh my God. I can go on for all day long about this stuff, but it speaks for itself. Honestly, folks, I feel like I don't even have to say much. I could just take her Instagram post, put them together, in a video without me talking at all, and just post it. And you all would get the point. Because perfectly sane, normal people can obviously see the red flags here. Anyone who is denying it, I don't know what to tell you about them, but all I'm saying is I prefer to surround myself with rational people who can look at facts and understand what those facts are, you understand? I don't really want to be around too many people who see stuff like this and think it's normal, because then it makes me think like, well, what are you doing behind closed doors? If you think this is okay, then what are you really into? You understand what I'm saying here? It's really weird, because as far as I can see, everyone who's encouraging this behavior, they don't partake in this behavior. If it was just a whole bunch of nudists, like we were in a nudist community and there's nothing wrong with Britney showing her body, I would be like, okay, cool, yeah, you're right. But it's not. Most of these people encouraging this behavior are like older feminists who've never taken a picture of their tits in their lifetime, are dudes. Some dudes who fantasize about being a woman, other dudes who are just perverts, who are encouraging her to post more stuff like this so they can get a quick jack off in real quick before they go to work. It's not because they care about Britney. None of these people care or give a damn about Britney. Like I said at the beginning of this video, these enablers, they enable this behavior because it makes them feel better about themselves. I don't need Britney posting nudes and making herself look like a complete jackass to make me feel better about myself. I feel great about myself, which is why I can see stuff like this and point out the red flags. But let me know your thoughts about this down in the comments below. While you're down there, hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell. Who knows what's coming next? And I'll talk to you all in the next video.